Hello, my name is Mayra Cecilia Palafox. I'm the manager of learning for students and families at the MCA, and I'm going to be telling you about our upcoming Spring Family Days. Family Days are a museum-wide program where there's art making, performances, the spaces are activated with local artists, giving a little glimpse of their process and how they relate to what is on view at the museum. For March Family Day, we have a very exciting day with the theme being Book Day. We are celebrating that with a pop-up of a used Spanish bookstore called Librería Donceles, which has traveled throughout the United States with artist Pablo Helguera from Mexico City. And this Spanish bookstore is not a library. It is a Spanish-based bookstore where it will have books all in Spanish for bilingual and Spanish-speaking families. In addition to that, we are also going to have two children's book illustrators, Jacqueline Alcantara and Denise Holmes, who are currently having two new books coming out, and they will be doing a book signing outside of the MCA store where you can also purchase their books. We will also have Poems While You Wait, 4 different poets making custom, unique poems inspired by anything that you tell them, and then you get your own poem for you specifically. And our museum educators from the MCA will also be leading an activity on bookmaking where you get to write your own story, draw your own story, and make your own book. For April Family Day, we are having artist Moises Salazar, who's local to Chicago. They are going to be doing character building for families, inspired by some of his own art pieces, and looking into Nicole Eisenman's work, which will be on view. In addition to that, we are going to be having artist Sabina Angeles from Oaxaca, Mexico, doing some introduction of Zapotec culture from Oaxaca and having some alebrijes and some color-making workshops inspired by Zapotec culture and color mixing with natural dyes. For May, we're having migration stories in celebration of newcomers that are in the city of Chicago and the United States. Migration is a beautiful thing, and we really want that to be reflected at the MCA to have a welcoming space for families. We are having a film from the Mexican consulate shown in our theater. We are also having artist Salvador Andrade from Jalisco, Guadalajara, and Mr. Pintamuro, who uses anime and also pre-Columbian and Mayan and Aztec storytelling in a form of storytelling. It is important for the MCA to welcome families to the museum because the MCA is a contemporary art space. Most contemporary art spaces are not so family-friendly and accessible for families. We strive to make this program very inclusive through each family structure that is not just the mom and dad and the children, but all sorts of families, chosen families, and friends. We really also want this space to feel dynamic, where it sparks curiosity and inquiry. A big part of the MCA this year is becoming a full bilingual institution. I'm really excited to bring artists that are also bringing their own lived experiences and their own identity into their practice to welcome families that are also bilingual, new to Chicago and new to the United States, while helping them also navigate the space and having text in Spanish, but also the programs being in Spanish and in English as well. What's been rewarding about Family Day is you get to see the museum transform with so many people. The space is loud, the space is active, the space is just covered with so much movement. You can really be yourself, you can dance, you can listen to music, you can sing, you can tell your own stories, you can do your own art making, and there's no wrong or right answer. You're just being you. As somebody that grew up in the city of Chicago, in the South Side, I look at the MCA as a place where not a lot of families can get to. So it is my personal goal to make this space as welcoming, inclusive, and accessible to the whole city of Chicago. It makes me feel very proud when I see families coming back, or when they feel like they can actually really learn from one another, that there's no specific roles, that parents can also be curious, that they could also inquire, that they can also just be kids again.